confidence that had I had a longer run, that I would have had that belt across my shoulder. I'm extremely confident that would have happened.
I agree with that.
And so are you.
Nancy?
I wanted to know what or who inspired you to be a wrestler.
So many things. Just wrestling in general. Trish Stratus was a big final influence. Like her performance, and I said this in many interviews, watching her and her progress in the ring made me believe I could go in there and do it as well. And so watching her made me go, okay, I'm going to actually do something. I'm in my 20s. I've got a lucrative career in business. I could take my 20s and just, gamble with a few of these years, a few of my young years, and see what I can do with them and dream chase. And that's what I did. I just said, I'm going to take my 20s and dream chase with them, and why not? That's what your 20s are for.
Yeah.
And it was like a joke going way too far that just kept going and going, and then eventually evolved into a really nice career.
Okay. I mean, that's... as far as like Trish Stratus, I mean, I guess she wasn't really a wrestler when she got there. She kind of learned her craft while
she really did.
While she was there. So
she learned her craft. I was a big fan in the 80s, watching every Saturday with my brother, who used to torture me in the living room every Saturday morning with, the camel clutch, which is why I incorporate it into my repertoire sometimes. People don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Some people do. And I was a big fan, with, the Attitude Era, of course, Stone Cold Steve Austin. When everybody's watching WCW, I was watching WWE, WWF at the time, fanatically. That's all I would watch. And I would watch for Stone Cold Steve Austin only, and then The Rock, and then Mick Foley, and then, next thing you know, McMahon bought WCW, and it was just awesome. But it was Trish, and watching her, because she wasn't that good at first. It was kind of cringeworthy, but she got so good so fast, and you could just see it from week to week, and it was extremely inspirational.
I agree there. One of my questions is that you mentioned the Attitude Era and the merger of the two companies. With today's product and basically Vince McMahon really having no competition, do you feel now that hurts WWE because they don't have a bar to try to raise to?
Oh, I disagree. I think they have a big bar to raise to. They may have the corner of wrestling. They've got that corner, but as far as entertainment, there's so many outlets of entertainment available today. They have a lot of competition. I mean, YouTube in itself is competition. People carry around their TVs in their pockets nowadays. Gone are the days where you had 12 channels, wrestling was featured on one of them. So wrestling we have a lot of competition nowadays to grab the attention of, viewers and the youth, and to maintain a fan base. So that, they haven't gotten lazy just because they have wrestling in their pockets. They still, do a lot of work to keep their viewers.
Okay. Nance?
You've been in Ring of Honor, TNA, WWE. You've been in Japan. I wanted to know, what's the most satisfying experience that you've had in your career thus far?
The most satisfying... Say that again?
What was the most satisfying moment or experience in your career thus far?
That's an unfair question. It's hard to measure them because each moment in each part of my life meant something different. You're about to make me cry, and don't you dare. But, like with my goodness. Give it together. With my TNA debut, that was extremely important because I gained a lot of, you know, fame in Japan, but I came home and, you know, I wasn't famous in America. So debuting on TNA on American television while my mom, you know, was still alive because she died extremely shortly after, like barely a month after I got the belt there. After I debuted, I debuted in October. She died in February. So she was able to see. They smuggled her out of the hospital, and she was able to see my American television debut. That was extremely important to me. Had she still lived, then I would say the Royal Rumble, of course. It was an awesome experience. I mean, come on.
Okay.
The Royal Rumble, you were one of the only females to ever do that.
One of three, and the first black female, you know. I always have to say that because, you know.
No, absolutely.
It's the first one. It pays to be black today when it comes to the Royal Rumble.
Piece of history, absolutely.
There it is. So in a few years when they do African American history, they better put my picture up there. Kharma, first African American female participate in the Royal Rumble.
All right, here's a question for you. I'm going to put you on the spot. Like, you know, so far I guess we haven't.
Bring it on.
Do you plan on making, or is there a return to the WWE in your future?
I think the window on that possibility is getting shorter and shorter as the months and, you know, years go by. I do have an injury that I've been working against in two bulging discs. I am due to get a surgery real soon to shave some of that herniation off and bulging off those two discs. And we'll see after that. After that, then it's very, very possible because I've been very transparent that WWE said, get healthy, come back, doors open.
Well, you kind of made a promise, and a lot of people, a lot of people, you know, are going to want you to, you know, keep up this promise. You told the Bellas that they're still there when you get back. They're still there.
That's awesome that everyone remembers that, and it's always brought up to me. And I would love to go back and give them their comeuppance, even though they're faced right now. But it's not up to me. It's actually up to you and your viewers and listeners and what you guys do. People keep asking me when I'm coming back. I'm like, well, go ask New York. Go ask WWE when I'm coming back. I don't have an answer for you. I'd be there tomorrow if I could. There are certain things, like I said, with my injury, I need to take care of that. There were other things, emotional issues that needed to be dealt with and addressed, and I needed some time off. I needed to be released and to address some personal issues. And while those personal issues have been addressed, there is still the lingering physical issue. And that's the only loose end to tie up.
Fair enough. Nancy?
I had asked listeners, and I kind of tweeted everybody to, if they wanted to have their questions answered by you, of course we would screen them first. But a lot of people were asking where you are now and what's the next chapter of your career.
Well, I'm glad you asked that. Today I launched a Kickstarter, and your listeners can look it up by going to my Twitter page at Kharma, Kharma. And it's a website I'm raising money for, which tracks good deeds. So if you were to do a good deed for someone and write down or stamp, give them a slip. So if you bought a cup of coffee and put the stamp of the website on there, they'd be able to enter your personal serial number into the website and say, hey, you know, this person bought me a cup of coffee. It was full, brightened my day, X, Y, and Z. And then pass on, you know, that good deed, and you'd be able to see how far your good deed goes through my website.
That's interesting.
Wow.
That's different.
I hope so. I'm hoping that, somebody buys a cup of coffee and gives someone an umbrella who needs it in the rain. That turns into a big tip for a waitress. That turns into a really nice present for, Toys for Tots and et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. Nancy, did you have another question?
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to see what else people had wanted to know. I know I had actually Google searched merchandise, Kharma merchandise, or, Amazing Kong merchandise. Do you have a store anywhere, or is it just when you're appearing somewhere you have merch with you? Or, because I know a lot of people are going to ask about that too.
Usually when I'm appearing somewhere, I have merch with me. There are a few eBay links that people can search. I think I am Mean Queen Kong on eBay. But right now I'll be giving a lot of merch as rewards on my Kickstarter page. So I'm encouraging everyone to do a good deed and help me build this site so we can make the world a little less crappier.
Of course. I'm sure that Nancy will add the link to our the VOC Nation's Pandemonium page and get the word out, because we like to help our guests any way possible.
I will spam people, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, she will. She will spam them.
I will nag.
But now, as far as social media, you mentioned that you're on Twitter at Kharma. Are you anywhere else? Do you have an official Facebook page or a Facebook fan page that's run by somebody that you're in control of?
Yes, I have the Kia Stevens Project on Facebook. And I have a MySpace page, but no one's on MySpace anymore.
Oh my God, MySpace.
Oh no, I can't even find
I
mine.
went on there the other night just for giggles, and it was so hilarious because it's a totally different layout. And I'm like, hello. I think I'm going to do MySpace like Mondays and like trying to get everybody to come back to MySpace to kick it for every Monday. See what happens if we can get that going again. Because I used to like MySpace. It was cute.
It was fun during the day.
I'm starting a YouTube page later this week where we'll be doing good deeds that we think of, me and my team think of, and people send in, and we'll be putting that on the YouTube page. And everything will be available through the Kia Stevens Project on Facebook and through my Twitter page, Kharma, KHARMA. Very, very excited about it. I want to be a good doer for the world. I mean, I asked myself what I would do. What would I be if I wasn't a wrestler? I want to just do good. That's it. I want to be the Johnny Appleseed of the deep.
That's an interesting comparison. As far as I know, you said you're nursing an injury right now, but are you currently involved in any independent circuits that you're just maybe making personal appearances for meet and greets, not so much wrestling right now?
Yes, I'm usually, since I live in Florida, I'm usually, you can find me at Shine Wrestling a lot. Coming up, I'll be in the Carolinas for WrestleCade. I'll be facing Lady Tappa, which everyone seems to be extremely excited about, including myself. I think it's going to be epic. My fiance hates the word epic, but I think that's epic. And I think that's it for the year. Yeah, it'll be a slow year.
All right. So,
cold already.
I know Shimmer has a Facebook page, so everybody can check that out.
Shine.
I'm
Shimmer's
sorry.
for the young folks. I'm with Shine. I'm with Shine right now in Tampa.
Okay,
Shimmer's
Shine.
in Chicago.
That was my era, because I'm reading other
Shimmer
stuff.
is a sister company, though, and shouts out. I am a Shimmer OG.
Oh, okay. Nancy, you have anything else?
One of our listeners had asked, what was the best advice that your trainers have given you as far as the wrestling business goes?
when you don't